How are we, lads? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Saturday Night Football Review for round 14 of the NRL. Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button and like the video as well. And comment your thoughts on tonight's games. Now, I did a review earlier today on the Titans-Roosters game. So if you haven't checked that video out, make sure you go and check that out. But welcome to the Saturday Night Football Review, where we saw two games of football. We saw the Rabbitohs defeat the Knights 24 points to 10, and we saw the Raiders beat the Broncos 38 points to 16. Let's get into it, man. We'll go back to the first game, which was South Sydney beating Newcastle 24 points to 10 down there at Stadium Australia, and it all started off in the 5th minute. Alex Johnson, who else would it be, honestly, scoring the first try of the game there on the wing. Reynolds converts from the sideline. South Sydney go to a 6-0 lead early on, and then in the 25th minute, Dominic Young from the Newcastle Knights, he scores in the corner. Jake Clifford misses the conversion. South Sydney leads 6 points to 4 at that stage after 25 minutes. And then in the 33rd minute, Alex Johnson scores his second try in the corner. A beautiful ball from Cody Walker. Reynolds converts. South lead 12 points to 4. And then in the 38th minute, Newcastle was showing some resilience in this game. They were showing some courage. They were playing really hard here in this game at Newcastle, and it was a nice try to Kurt Mann, a kick from Clifford, tapped back by Johnson. Latrell missed the ball, and Kurt Mann scores the try. Conversion successful by Jake Clifford. Half time, South Sydney 12-10. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? With all the players Newcastle got out, they're actually playing all right. No Pearce, no Ponga. You know, I thought they were showing some real heart there, the Newcastle Knights. I was actually quite impressed with them in the first half. I thought they were playing well. And then in the second half, I mean, you know, if you give South Sydney too many opportunities, this is what's going to happen. Alex Johnson collects a hat-trick, scores his third try in the 48th minute. And the Rabbitohs, obviously, when you play with the Rabbitohs, Adam Reynolds is goal kicking. You're going to be going up by 6s, not 4s. Of course, Reynolds converts on the sideline. South Sydney, 18 points to 10 up. And I'm thinking to myself, do Newcastle have the points? Do they have the players to get back in this game? Because they scored one try, which was a nice try from Young, and then the other try was off a lucky mistake from South Sydney. So where was Newcastle's points going to come from? Jake Clifford was trying really hard. I thought his kicking game was quite good tonight, and kind of wasn't a 5-8 wasn't the worst thing in the world, but you know, there's just no attack there without Ponga and Pearce, and Newcastle just couldn't score points. And then in the 60th minute, this is pretty much where the game was all over Red Rover. Reynolds with a grubber kick, ricochets off the Knights, Jaden Searle grubbers it and he scores, and that pretty much seals the deal, with the Rabbitohs going out to a 24 points to 10 lead. And that was pretty much it. The Rabbitohs getting away with the result at Stadium Australia, 24 points to 10 over the Newcastle Knights. Look, like I said, I thought Newcastle were good in periods, but not long enough to beat a quality team like South Sydney. Now, you know, we'll go through some of the good players. We'll start with South Sydney. Thought Latrell Mitchell had a fair game. You know, he had a few errors in his game tonight, but thought he was solid. I thought Alex Johnson was outstanding, scoring a hat-trick as always, playing really well. I thought Braden Burns had a pretty good game as well. I was keeping a close eye on Braden Burns tonight. I thought he was solid for the Bunnies. I thought Cody Walker was exceptional. I thought he had a really good game. Reynolds' kicking game was great. I thought Keon Koloamatangi was strong. Benji Marshall played dummy half. Didn't do a whole lot at dummy half, but his passing game wasn't too bad. You know, also, you know, I thought Tom Burgess, Liam Knight, and Jaden Searle, great impact for the Rabbitohs off the bench. I thought they were also very good for South Sydney tonight. I want to give a quick mention as well to Jacob Host. I thought he was solid as well tonight. Jacob Host, I thought he had a fair game. And as for the Newcastle Knights, you know, I thought Tex Hoy, he tried very hard. I thought Kurt Mann had a better game because he was in the centres. Dominic Young was solid. I thought Jack Clifford was great for Newcastle. Jacob Saifidi, both the Saifidi brothers were good. Sawasa Sue was decent. Barnett off the bench. I don't know why he was benched, but I thought he was solid. He always is that Mitchell Barnett. And, you know, Josh King, fair game from him as well. But, you know, South Sydney for mine, just too much quality. You know, they've got the great players all over the park. And, you know, that's the reason why South Sydney won tonight. It's just They got better players in better positions, and they're a healthier team at the moment than the Newcastle Knights. Now, Newcastle, I don't think they're as bad as where they are on the ladder at the moment. I think where they are at the moment on the ladder, they're currently sitting. Where are the Knights sitting? They're sitting in 14th at the moment. Look, they're a better team than that. When they get the big name players back, expect them to be a lot better than that. But South Sydney tonight, just a little bit too good for the Newcastle Knights. My top 3 players on ground for this game, though, I'm going to go number 3, Jake Clifford. Thought he played really well tonight. Number 2, Cody Walker. Thought he was very good. And number 1, my man of the match. Collect a hat-trick tonight. I'm going to go with Alex Johnson, the man of the match. Scored 3 tries and played superb. So Alex Johnson gets my man of the match for the Rabbitohs win over the Knights. Now let's go on to the last game, which was down there at GIO Stadium in Canberra. Nice and freezing cold. It would have been freezing down there tonight in Canberra. Going into this game, I found it very, very difficult to pick. I thought obviously Canberra have been in poor form, and Brisbane, they've been up and down. Obviously, they've been down more than up, but they have those weeks where occasionally Brisbane will show up and play really well. But tonight definitely wasn't the night. It was the return of Carmichael Hunt, which was good to see. Now, I'll start by saying I didn't expect Carmichael Hunt to be any good, like anything amazing, and it obviously was a bit disappointing. But what can you do when there's no creativity and there's no game management in the halves until next year? But nonetheless, let's get into the game. So in the 5th minute, a great try to the Raiders through Sebastian Kris, scoring the first try. Sam Williams misses a conversion. Raiders go out to a 4-0 lead in the first 5 minutes. And then in the 16th minute, Corey Harawira-Naera runs onto a nice short ball from Jack White. He scores Harawira-Naera. Raiders go out to a 10-0 lead. And this is where I was concerned for the Raiders. The last 2 weeks when they played the Roosters and the Storm, they got out to a 10-12-0 lead and they just collapsed. So I was very suspicious if they were going to do it again this week, and they didn't. But a little bit of nerves here for the Broncos. They scored a try in the 26th minute. But Tyson Gamble, seriously, when Herbie Farnworth kept the ball in, the pass would have went about 7 metres forward. But nonetheless, I tried to Tyson Gamble. Conversion unsuccessful. Cameron lead 10-4. And then in the 28th minute, Sam Williams scores for the Raiders. They go into a 16-4 lead. And then Tessie New scores off a nice grubber kick from himself. Individual brew. Actually, hang on, before I get to that. 31st minute, Emre Guler scores a try for Canberra. 22-4 Canberra, and I'm thinking, will Canberra blow a lead, or will Brisbane just get blown apart? And then a try before half-time to Tessie New in the 36th minute. A nice little grubber kick there, pretty individual brilliance from Tessie New. Half-time, Raiders 22-10, I'm thinking, surely the Raiders won't choke this one up. But second half, Canberra started well. Josh Papali'i, or Papali'i, however you want to put it, he scores in the 54th minute for the Raiders. Sam Williams misses the goal next to the post. It was a pretty embarrassing miss. Canberra's 26-10. And then Sammy Volome scores, pretty much seals the deal there. Raiders 32-10 lead. And then, now this is where I'm going to go on a rant here, so if you don't like me yelling, then just block your ears out because I'm not happy about this. 60th minute. Kobe Hetherington from the Broncos gets sent off. Now, this was the wrong decision by far. This was a terrible decision. I almost walked out. It was that bad. Tyson Gamble ankle taps Corey Harawira-Naera, and then it gets hit off balance by Kobe Hetherington. Honestly, what a joke of a call. Where's the consistency? How is that a send-off offence? So you mean to tell me someone's going to make a head up, get ankle tapped, and then fall down like that, and then get hit on the knob and in the head, and you're going to send someone off for that? First of all, it wasn't even a sin bin offence, let alone the send-off. So the NRL, they got that one completely wrong. The bunker, the referee, Sutton, whatever his name is, they got it wrong, and I am really disappointed about the decision. It did not impact the outcome of the game, but it is not a send-off. It was a complete accident. There was no serious injury to Corey Harawira-Naera. He wasn't taken off the field for a concussion. Actually, he was, but he wasn't like going to hospital or anything. He was all fine. So, disgusting decision by the referee, and for that to be a send-off, honestly, it's laughable. It's absolutely laughable at this point. But anyway, we'll move on. 64th minute, Jack White scores. Canberra 38-10 at this stage. And then another try to Cobbo from the Broncos late in the game. Full time, Raiders win, 38 points to 16. Look, Canberra, they were due for one of these big games, and they finally showed up at home tonight against the Broncos, who have been, they've been competitive some weeks and flogged the other weeks. It's hard to get a read of the form of them, but we all know the Broncos are a pretty poor team at the moment. But we'll get into some of the good players tonight for the Raiders. I thought Bailey Simonson was solid at fullback. I thought Matthew Tomoko, Sebastian Chris was good. Jack White had his best game in ages. Josh Papali was great. Hodson was terrific. Harry Naira was great. Soliola had a really good game. I also thought Ryan Sutton, Emre Gulu, and Joseph Tuppenny were very good for the Canberra Raiders. Who was that? I'm doing my review. Can you stop for a second? This is very embarrassing. I'm live on YouTube right now. But anyway, we'll keep going. And then the Broncos, far out. They didn't have anyone good tonight. Hobie Funworth tried very hard at fullback. Cobbo tried hard for the Broncos. Carmichael Hunt, he struggled tonight, Carmichael Hunt. Obviously, it was expected to happen. And then Matthew Lodge, Payne Haas, they try hard, but there's no creativity there. Pangai Jr. was decent as well for the Broncos. And Flegler tried very hard as well. But the Raiders, they get the win tonight, and they were far too good for the Broncos. My top 3 players on ground for this one. Number 3, Josh Hodgson. Number 2, I'm going to go with number 3, Josh Hodgson. Number 2, Jack White. And number 1, my man of the match tonight, Josh Papali. Thought he was great. He gets my man of the match. But guys, if you enjoyed the Saturday Night Football review, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.